Hello, everybody. Where the heck am I? I see Jen's in the chat. How's everybody doing? Aw, Jen. Thank you, honey. Do you want to come up? You want to come chat? You want to come chat with me? I'm not doing a reading today. I'm in bed in front of the fan because I am so tired. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. I haven't even said hi to everybody yet. I had my grandson today. First, we have to do this for Jen. Thank you again. Had my grandson today and yesterday. Oh my gosh, Donna. Again, more memberships. Thank you, Donna. You guys are spoiling me today. And I think I saw another one. I had to do the little longer intro because I was sitting here getting ready for the live and then I just lost track of time. And I was like, oh my God, better start now. I don't have my headset, my Bluetooth isn't connected, typical Leanne stuff. Angie, welcome in. Thank you for your super chat. Welcome to the members. Doing a members live tomorrow on working on your intuition and psychic development. I'm going to do a pre-recorded one, and then we are going to do Q&As. And I don't know how often we'll do the Q&As. I'll do one this weekend, and then probably every 2 weeks after that in the membership group. So welcome, Angie, and thank you for your super sticker. You guys rock. You guys rock. Thank you, Angie, sweetie. I appreciate that. Let me come and say hi to everybody. Jen, do you want to come up? Did you answer me? Hey, Lois, how are you? Aw, thank you, honey. You're so sweet. That is so nice to say. That is very nice to say. It's been a hard year. It's been, oh, did you get a membership, Jen? Yay! Oh, that's hilarious. Donna's a pretty amazing mod, as is Kitty. Who else is here? Cheryl, welcome in. Say hi to all the mods. Say hi to all the mods. Krista's there. Oh, Krista, I was looking for Mike's video, and I couldn't find. I was just trying to do that when I lost track of time. So I want to show his. Okay, let me get undistracted because now I'm all distracted because you guys just came in swinging today. Showing the love, showing the love. Krista, what are you excited about today? I said I was going to pull cards. I guess I could go back on screen. I just had to take a sip of. But what I brought instead was my pendulum to see if we're going to start with Sebastian or Jack and Lilly. And I'm going to do more readings tomorrow. So look out for those. And I'm also going to do members live tomorrow. And we're going to do the live tomorrow night. I'm going to try to start at 6. What do you think? Because I was thinking from now on, instead of alternating Jack and Lilly, we would do both. Because I'm not doing readings on lives because they're not as focused as I want to be. I want to just do my readings separately. So anyway, that's the plan for now. Again, like I say, it's always Chris is here. Welcome in, everybody. Say hi to all the beautiful mods. As I say, it's like being on a magic carpet ride with me, a magic carpet ride. Okay, you want to come up, Jen? I'll send you the link. Let's send Jen the link. Hang on. I'm gonna find it. There it is. Okay, Jen, putting the link here. Come and chat with us. And, we can do something impromptu. I'm always open for it. I'm always open for it. So how was everybody's day today? Yours truly, I'm like, I am like I'm so bad with my titles matching. So because it's always like, hey, it's like you never know what's going to happen. I could channel, I just whatever could go, you've been here, things just go awry. So plans change. So now I'm just going to do Jack and Lily and Sebastian. We're going to make it simple for now. And, we're going to just go with the flow. So I did talk to Jen. I mean, I'm planning. I have a plan tonight. Let me just be clear. I do have a plan tonight. But now that Jen's coming in, we're going to change the plan. How you doing? Can't hear you yet.
In the house.
There you are. You are in the
Yeah, in the
house.
house. Hold on. I've never done this before. Let me see if I can do this.
You're in the house. Like I can go off camera too, and then that way we don't. You're in. We can hear you. Yeah.
You don't hear me?
Yeah. Yes. What's that?
Okay, yeah, y'all can hear me. Okay.
Yeah, we
Cool.
can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, I don't want
Okay.
to show my face because I am so like I have been in the trenches looking for Martha Leanne Green. I've taken a break with Sebastian because I don't know. It's like the places that I can look for him, I wouldn't be able to look for him. So, how are y'all
Like
doing?
what? I'm good, hon. I wanted to ask you earlier. I was thinking about you, thinking because you said to me yesterday. By the way, everybody, I'm sure everybody here knows Jen from Astrology for Mystics. If you haven't already subscribed to her channel, please go and do that. Everybody do the likey things. But I'm doing good. But I wanted to ask you because you said to me the other day that you've got like the most complex chart with Sebastian that you've ever had, right? So what what are you trying to determine now? Is it where is he? Who's involved? Like where is your focus right now?
It is. I mean, it's the most complex chart that I've ever created. It's absolutely the most ridiculous chart map.
Mhm.
Am I? Let me make sure that I'm not. I'm
You
not. I'm
sound
not
good.
echoing, am I? Because I'm trying to hear you.
Not too badly. Just everybody let me know if Jen's
I'm sure
echoing.
I'm doing this right because I've never joined a live.
Oh, well, welcome. Yeah, it sounds good to
If
me.
y'all hear an echo or if I sound weird, just let me know what to do.
No,
But
no,
it is
Katie says no echo.
a chart
Katie's,
that I've
it's just, there's just a bit of a delay.
first
So we have to,
began with Sebastian's. Okay, good.
okay, go ahead, honey.
Okay. A slight echo, Lois said. Okay.
Just a bit, yeah, but not too
Know
bad.
um, how to like listen to you, but have it on mute to where I'm not.
Do you have YouTube open in two locations? Because I can hear it's
Maybe
quite
I should
delayed.
talk and then mute. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I do. Maybe that's why maybe this will sound better. Okay. Okay, cool. Sebastian's map is I think it's so messed up because there's so much going on with it, and so when I create a map, it's all of time. Like it's all of time.
Yeah.
So everything that it has happened, all the leads that have come in, all the leads that are going to come in, it picks that up.
Okay.
Pick it up. So I try to anticipate what could come to, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
When I first got on the case, when I first started talking to Seth in March of 2024, I noticed one of the first things that I noticed was the U.S. Marshals. The U.S. Marshals would be with this investigation. And so I began to map the U.S. Marshal chart. And it's
Hmm.
like each chart has angles with it. So, like you, Leanne, you've got different challenges with your sun, with your moon, with your rising, with your midheaven, with, different aspects in your chart. And so,
Oh,
just like with
yeah.
Sebastian, he has different
Yeah.
challenges.
Yeah.
The U.S. Marshals have different challenges, and all of these different agencies have these challenges. Like I'm looking at an old case, Martha Leanne Green out of Dixon, Tennessee, and she has a lot of challenges in her chart. But the investigator that was on her case, most of them have retired now. And
Hmm.
so I'm talking to them and I'm trying to figure out where she could be found and how I could even find her, because what's going to be left if she is deceased would be just bones. So there's a lot of challenges to mapping. It's ridiculous.
So you can't just do, because I know you do your astrology, and the way you process your astrology is different from you've sort of created your own system, right? So you can, in your system, the way you do it, can you not pinpoint down a location? Um, Lois wants to know what's meant by challenges, but can you let know a location or what happened or who he's with? Like, how would you narrow down, let's just say the person we were talking about yesterday, you would need to know that person's birth date and time to narrow them down or to enhance whether they could be a suspect. Like, how could you do that? You're muted, hun.
I mean, yeah, the time is going to be ideal. I don't have to have the time because the non-movers, there's glyphs in the
Mhm.
chart that are, in a chart, in your chart, and in a missing event, there's behavior. I'm analyzing the behavior. It's kind
Yeah.
of like I'm more or less a psychologist too, not just,
Hmm.
I'm investigating the behavior of the missing event. So the missing event to me would appear that there is relationships that are going down at 1:36 a.m. At 1:36 a.m., there are things that are taking place with Sebastian um, that are influencing his health. There's major health factors that are going on because it's in Virgo, and it's a lot of darkness, a lot of disordered aggression with where he is going, what is taking place, where he is traveling to, what he is learning. And when I
Right.
say challenges, Lois, I'm meaning challenges are squares. So a square in a chart is a 90-degree angle. And when I map, it's not easy to explain, but you would have to understand geometry. So when I place the map onto the terrain, when I place the chart onto the terrain, the Earth's terrain, I'm actually flipping it at a 90-degree angle because we are challenged when we come to Earth. There's a lot
Hmm.
of challenges, and those challenges with the Earth are more or less the duality. The duality, the good and the bad. We're accepting the good and bad. We're going through these good and bad situations, and that is left to the observer, the perspective of the observer. So these challenges are flipped 90 degree. The chart is flipped at a 90-degree angle. We place it on the Earth's terrain, and where we usually rise with the Aries, we're actually rising with the Capricorn. So we are rising with the bones of the Earth, and it makes a lot of sense if I could, take a lot of time to explain it. But more or less, these challenges with Sebastian begin for me. They, of course, are already in orb. They're in orb all day. When Sebastian goes missing, he is influenced by Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer, and Chiron. When we are influenced by Chiron, we can rise up like the phoenix that rises from the ashes, and we
Mm-hmm.
can begin anew. We can, take that pain and we can transmute it into something much greater. Like I've done with mapping the missing. Instead of
Mm-hmm.
doing real estate, I no longer sell real estate anymore, and I map the missing because I've lost children and I understand what it's like and I have closure. But a lot of parents that have missing kids, they're never found, they don't have closure. And so that's the way that I transmute that pain. Well, with Sebastian, when he goes missing all day that day, Chris talks about they went here, they went to the Strike and Spare, they went to the Roadhouse, went to BJ's, and he had this great day. But for me as an astrologer, I don't see that he had a great day. I don't see that he had a great day, and I see that at 1:36 a.m. that bad things are taking place, and it be
You
that
said
things that
136.
are taking place are, um, it's with a relationship, and that relationship, the relationships that I see. And when I say that I see them, I'm talking about the degrees, because the degrees in our chart literally matter. In the state of matter, I say this over and over again, and these degrees that are in the chart are showing me that there are things that are taking place with the health factor, with Sebastian and his step grandmother and step grandfather.
It's so weird you say 136 because at one point when we narrowed down the time, I think Kitty and Donna might have been around. Then I said 1 o'clock because according to the reading in my pendulum, between 12 and 1, closer, I thought 1. And you said 136?
Yeah, exactly. 1:36 a.m. What was taking place was the moon in Virgo was in a direct opposition. It was in a direct opposition with Neptune. And
Okay.
when I have seen Neptune do, I've literally observed. And when I say observed, I'm talking about one day I said, "Hey, Facebook friends, we need to observe the opposition with the United States Neptune and the transiting Neptune." So the United States Neptune is a 2225 in their ninth house of Virgo. And that day, Neptune was in the same degree, 2225, in Pisces. So we have a transiting aspect that is opposing the United States, and it's a health factor. What happened that day? I'll tell you. Waverly, Tennessee, flooded. The back of my home, I have a pond. It was flooding. It scared the living shit out of me. I
Yeah,
was
that.
freaking out. I could not believe it. My back pond is a retention pond, but it became a river that day. And I had never experienced anything like that. And I think like 20 people died that day. And there was a lot
Wow.
more that was taking place in the United States that day. But that is when we see an opposition like that with Neptune, we are looking at, we can figure in that it could be some type of flooding, it could be some
Mhm.
type of um, drug or something like that. But there is definitely things that are taking place that are in a major opposition. And during that time when the moon and Neptune was opposing one another at 1:36 a.m., Sebastian's natal chart in Sagittarius, there were things that were going on with that first house. That first house, your first house in your natal chart is your life path. It's all about where you're going in life. It's your life path. And so his Vulcan is a 1614. That is where there was a relationship with health. And then there was also the dark moon. The dark moon was at his Mars degree And so these degrees were coming in at the same time with this opposition. And that degree with the moon, in my opinion, so far that I have seen, goes to CP. And that is the reason why there are things that are taking place during a missing event. And I want to see the family, I want to see the associates, So I know that Sebastian's in transit. And we can say, well, it wasn't in the same sign. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because when you're an observer and you are observing these energies, if it's the same sign, it's going to be even more intense. But
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have to be in the same sign for it to be manifesting in a way that is expressing a certain type of behavior. Am I making sense?
Yeah, yeah. What can I ask you? What other challenges are posing that you see in his chart, or posed for Sebastian? Like, what are the other challenges he has in his chart? Do you remember any?
Oh, like in his natal chart?
Yeah, you're muted, honey. Yeah.
Everyone has challenges with every third sign. So if for Sebastian rises at a 2656 in Scorpio. Well, every third sign is going to be 90 degrees, right? So this challenge with Sebastian and you and us all is when we see so we've got Scorpio. Scorpio is the eighth house. So the
Hmm.
ninth, 10th, and the 11th, that would be the third house for Sebastian. So the third house for Sebastian is how he communicates with groups, and it's also
Hmm.
his sister.
His sister. Lloyd Lewis. Did you say his sister, Jen? You're muted.
That's correct. It would
Okay.
be the third house of communications. So when you rise to the occasion
Hmm.
and you come into the earth, your third house of communications, how you think,
Yep.
how you communicate, your childhood friends, your neighborhood, your cousins, that is the challenge for you. And then we have the third house from that. So it's going to be the fourth, fifth, sixth house. It's going to be the sixth house of health, your everyday, your work. And then it's going to be the ninth house. It's going to college, your grandparents,
Hmm.
going far away from where you grew up.
Hmm.
And then the next challenge is going to be the Piscean house, which is the 12th. And so
Hmm.
for each of us, we have these challenges. For each of us, we have these challenges when it comes to relationships. We all descend. When I say descend, that means we fall. We fall with relationships, no matter who it is, you're falling with relationships. Why is that? Why is that? It's because we are no longer focused on the ego. We're no longer
Hmm.
focused on that ego. And that seventh house for Sebastian begins in Taurus. And then it goes, all of his attributes, all of those glyphs, all of those behaviors are in Gemini. It's about two people, it's about communications, it's about mental health. He
Hmm.
has mental health with these relationships. And
Yeah.
so I look to that third house, which is Aquarius. And for Sebastian, that is Aquarius is, it can be homelessness. We could be looking at a group, a school, a school that has a lot of people. We could be looking at, for the Aquarius 1701 degree that he has with Chiron. Well, it's conjunct his North Node too. So
What
his
about
North Node
traveling?
is going toward this Aquarius. And for me on the map, if I'm looking for Sebastian with his North Node and his Chiron, I may be looking for him being homeless going toward that North Node. And believe
Okay,
me,
but
there has been people that have been found on their North Node in Aquarius that are homeless. especially with mental health.
This is the energy I picked up yesterday that he might have hooked up with a carnival group, which is like, what the dang. I don't know that I don't know that I trust it, but it was weird. It was weird. It was really weird. I've never ever had an inkling of anything to that effect before. Like nothing. So I don't know.
I mean, that's possible though. That's really possible that we just never know. When I was, sometimes when we follow leads and I'm thinking, why are we following this lead? It's the dumbest lead I've ever heard. Why would we follow this lead? But at the same time, you just never know. And, when you have a missing kid, it's like, you don't want to leave. You really, I mean, Eric Craddock says it like it's, but we really don't want to leave any stone unturned. Could he really be traveling with a carnival or doing something?
Well,
But you would
that's what I
think that if that's
got.
the case, that people would see him. People would report seeing him if he is doing that, if he is traveling. When he first went missing, my biggest thing was to go to the area. And when I went to the area and I saw the big manholes in the new construction area, it I was devastated because 4 or 5 of us could fit in there easily. They were open, they were huge, they were big, and I was told that it was
Okay,
searched,
but let's just
but we
talk
just
about
don't
that
know.
for.
We
Let's
don't
just talk
know, and
about
I
that
know
for.
that
Are
that
you
construction area wasn't closed off. It
okay?
wasn't.
But let's go
If
back to
something
that
would
rationally.
happen to Sebastian,
Can you hear
whether it be
me?
accident or whether someone put him somewhere to make it look like an accident, that would be the perfect place to make it look like an accident. Oh, he's got a head wound. Well, there it is. So that's where I was focused on in the very beginning. I was focused on, the offenders in the area. I was focused on the new construction area, and then I started thinking, okay, maybe there is a good chance that because they were looking for schools, They were, Chris and Katie were looking for schools, and maybe it was because Seth was like, oh, I don't like this one, or oh, I don't like that one. They just said, oh, I'll just take it upon myself. We'll put him in this
Mm-hmm.
school. We'll take him here. And,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't know that it would blow up. We just never know. But that is possible too.
I know. Well, I'm gonna start all over again because I want to make sure. Um, because like I said to you on the phone, I just have been getting way better readings with Jack and Lilly, and I just did so many Q&A lives. Like it just becomes a mumbled mess. And I've never had a case that stumbled me as much as this one. Man, it's like I feel like there's dark energy. I don't want to sound crazy, breaking up with my like readings, my accuracy. It's the most bizarre thing. Like I'm watching the stuff go that I gave the police for Jack and Lily May 8th in visions, and I'm watching it come to become well known by, family members publicly. And it's like, I've been pretty accurate, and we rated me in the chat, and I'd say everybody agreed probably about 75-80% accurate with Jack and Lily with everything I've said so far. With Sebastian, I cannot say that. Not even close. It's just the most challenging case. Oh, anyway, just going to read a couple comments, Jen, because and then you don't have to keep me muted, honey. Joni says, I keep going back to the audio. I know. I reached out through chat. I have to get myself set up on Twitter and all that stuff. I honestly, the reason I don't is every time I go to get a Facebook community, I get these like friend requests from my family. I just really don't want to see their faces on Facebook. So that's really my only excuse. Otherwise, I might try to reach him because I've been trying to get Brian Enton to take the audio and clean it up. I tried Nancy Grace. I've tried, like, I'm just frustrated. Okay, let's see who's in the chat. And then, Jen, you don't need to be muted the whole time. You got your name down too, hon. Welcome in, Beverly. Nice to see you. And I see you in hope. Okay, so you asked, how nice to see you. It's been a while.
Welcome in,
How,
Beverly. Nice to see you, and I see you in hope. Okay, so you asked.
how did she get this info? Did she have birth time for Sebastian? You want to answer that, Jen?
Yes, I do have his birth time. I've got his birth time. That was, that was something else too that really struck me as yes, it was really different because Seth gave me his birth time. He gave me Sebastian's birth time. I got the birth time from other people that are in the family, and that is what I can 110% when I'm telling you that Sebastian is in transit. Let's watch. Let's observe. It's only because I do have his birth time. If I didn't have his birth time, then I wouldn't be as confident. So I can be confident with mapping his ascendant and descendant. I can be confident mapping his moon, and I can also see when things are coming about, for Seth. And the first thing that Seth asked me was, do you think that he is deceased? And I said, Seth, I'm not looking. I mean, I'm a part of a death astrology group, and there is no science to death. I'm convinced there's no science to death. And that is what I told him. There is nothing that I can see that he is deceased. And what I will tell you is we are going to look for him deceased and alive. That's what I'm going to do, is look for him deceased and alive. And that's what I do. And, all the different theories and all the different angles, it's important for me as a mapper to be able to be open to changing my mind. And that's the biggest problem. The biggest challenge that I have is to keep an open mind, of different things that could have taken place, because throughout the years that I've mapped people, that is, like with Jack and Lilly. Jack, I mean, he has got a lot of Aquarius. And for me, I just stopped doing the map on Jack and Lilly because I was convinced that they were with groups. They were with their people, But am I open to changing my mind? I am. I'm open to it. I'm open to looking at
You think they're on a reserve then?
Lily home.
Do you think they're on the reserve then? Such a delay. It's crazy. And I have it on no delay, by the way. You're muted, sweetie. I know, Krista. Sorry. Jen, can you hear me? You're muted. Do you think they're on the reserve? She's muted. Hey, Detecting Lane's World, you're here. They're not on the reserve.
That's what I was thinking at first. I was thinking that they were on a reserve, and I keep muting myself because I don't want it to be a only way I can hear you is to have my phone listening to you. But if I don't mute it, then it's going to echo, and everybody, I think, is going to hear. I don't know.
Okay, no worries. That's fine. That's okay, hon. That's okay. It's what you do when you're impromptu. Excuse me. I still have this stupid cough. Okay. Detecting Blaine's World lives not far from there, Jen, and he says not on a reserve. It's an eyeball avenue there. What do you mean by that? Like lots of people can see it from the road, and also the RCMP. I think is that the one lane that the RCMP also have a detachment office on the reserve there.
Okay, what'd you say? I get it, Chris. Thank you. Thank you. I closed it out. I'm not listening to it anymore. Thank you so much.
Okay. Reserve people are watching everything. Blaine says he's from the area there, that the reserve would be so like too many eyeballs,
I
and the
do.
RCMP have a location there.
That's
RCMP
what I
all over
thought
them.
at first. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I've left the map. So, it's nothing like Sebastian's. I've left it because that's where I'm thinking that they are, or I'm thinking that Jack is. I don't know about Lilly. I'm not connecting to her as much as I am Jack. And there is let me pull up that map because I'm going to tell you exactly where Jack is going to with this Aquarius. And the Aquarius is, like I said before, with Sebastian's, it could be, it's a group. So we're looking at a group of people. So what is a group? It could be homelessness. It could be a reserve where there is a lot of people there.
Are you
Right.
talking about
So
Jack and Lily now, or are you back on Sebastian, honey? Because I heard
no,
Sebastian.
you were talking about the reserve with Jack and
Yeah,
Lily.
yeah.
And yeah. I'm talking about, the Aquarius is definitely.
Oh, that's where the connection is. Okay, so because they both have the Aquarius, you're talking people, community.
Yeah, the community. So, okay, I'm pulling up their map real quick. I'm going to tell you where I'm thinking. So, let me look at Jack. Where do I have Jack? Okay,
She did, Little Miss Muffin. She did, but that doesn't mean they're not there. But
so this one is in Quebec.
yeah. Well,
it's a I can't pronounce it. Sipkini First Nation belongs to the wider whatever nation, whatever that they're a part of. It's a wider community, and it's in Quebec. It is right. This is where Jack and Canada meet up. So Canada is coming in with the fifth house of kids. Their fifth house of kids is in Aquarius with groups, and Leo with Uranus and dark moon in the 11th. So this is where Jack's Uranus is coming, and it's conjunct his Hygeia, which is about his health. It's about world health, and it's opposing. There's an opposition here. So, but that's where it's a very simple map, and that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going with Jack. Is right there. Is right there. Let me see if there's anything else that's coming in. These are the same lines with the group to Stewart Cemetery in Canada, Gravel Pit Road. Gravel Pit Road, that's the same. I've got a hot spot there as well. So it's the same lines with the fifth house of kids, and it's called Stewart Cemetery, Gravel Pit Road, Canada.
Do you want me to pull it up? Hang on.
Sure.
Stewart Ceremony.
It's Nova Scotia's fourth house of kids. It's things that they learn about groups in the future. And, a group could also be a cemetery, even though I think of a cemetery as being in the fourth house of home. This is Nova Scotia's fourth house of home. You know what I'm saying? So there's different ways that we can interpret.
Hang on. Is this First Nations developer place? Because that's coming up when I Google that. Hang on. Stewart Ceremonial Gravel Pit?
Stewart Cemetery. It's on Gravel Pit Road in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. It is approximately 5 miles northwest
of their house.
Of their house. It's a cemetery.
Well, Well, it can't be their house because they're in Nova Scotia. It's that close to the border?
From where they disappeared, from that property, there's a
Wow.
Stewart Cemetery on Gravel Pit Road.
Okay, let me just see if I've got the right one here. Gravel Pit Road. Yeah, I do. Okay. Hang on, let's see. This one?
Yes, that's it. That's it. So that is the same lines. So I drew the lines all the way out into Quebec because I have the chart for Quebec as well. I think. Um, so those lines that are going, the fourth house for Nova Scotia, the fourth house of home is your mom, your lineage, cemetery. You see what I'm saying? It's in Aquarius. So we're looking at a community, we're looking at groups, we're looking at
Mm-hmm.
something unusual, something different,
Mm-hmm.
something innovative, something different. But those lines go all the way up to Quebec, and it's called let's see, go back. Gaspé Peninsula, GASPE Peninsula. And it's where the First Nation belongs to the wider Mimk, whatever nation that they are a part of. The Mimk, I can't say it,
I can't.
Micmac.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I've
That,
got a gravel pit road that's right near Lansdowne, but you want one in Quebec, so that's not the right one I've got.
but those lines go for, so that cemetery though is going. Those lines are going
Oh,
all the
your
way up.
astrological lines. Okay, got it. Going to
Yes,
Quebec. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
yes, yes,
But
yes, yes.
but that doesn't necessarily mean you think they're in Quebec.
I've got two places on those lines with Jack: Gravel Pit Road Cemetery and
Yep.
the Mimk, that nation, the group,
Which
the
is
reserve,
okay.
reservation. Yeah, yeah. Keep going on up to go to that because we're going to follow the same lines. Go to the west. Yeah, it's right there. So where the Quebec is.
Yeah.
Hold on. So we're going to go look for, what is that called?
Like
La
straight north.
Raphael on 299. That's where those lines are going to go all the way up. They're going all the way up into Canada, from into Quebec.
I just need
Yeah.
some sort of left to the left here, near Labrador City. Can you see a city
Let's see.
or Sept-Îles on the water? Descomo.
Go in a little closer if you can. If you can go in a little closer, and then keep going up to the northwest. There's a reservation. Let me see if I have an address because
I
I've
wonder if
got
I
a
can get,
marker there.
yeah, or if I can let you share the screen.
Let me see if I have the address here. No, I don't. It just says Gaspé Peninsula. And it's right on the right side of 299, and it's in between 299 and 198.
I have no idea where that is, hon. I can't
No,
see.
Labrador City. Let's see.
I'd have to zoom right in. I guess I'm on the wrong. Let me just go to the transit, the 299.
Yeah, let's
Okay, come
see.
on. Why is it giving me a hard time converting the map?
It's hard with StreamYard and this.
It's not going
There,
back to me. I mean, just for me, rather.
yeah,
Okay.
it's okay. But it's going to be, if I can, I'll share the.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Where am I
see. You
going?
were too far. You were too far. You were too far up there, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so where am I going now?
So go back down to the island. There's a little, um, I can't see the thing now, but I
Oh,
can't see the
Gaspé
map.
here?
Yes, yes, yes. Gatsby.
Gaspé. Okay. Yeah, okay.
So there's lines with Jack that are going over that cemetery and then they are coming up. And there is a lot of, that's where the investigation that I see the investigation where there's going to be like a wake up call in the future.
Okay.
Whereas I think that I'm not convinced, with all the stuff that's coming out. I'm like, ooh, maybe they did do some kind of crazy shit to them, and they're deceased, and maybe they did. I'm always having hope that that the kids
Yeah.
don't come to the worst, but at the same time, I do have the cemetery on there just in case they decided to give them a proper burial, but not really in a burial spot, but dig. So the Stewart
Mm-hmm.
Cemetery um, is in lieu of, in case they did something bad and they were trying to give them a proper burial.
What do you think happened to Jack and Lily?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I haven't really. Let me look at the chart. I haven't really connected with it that much. Let me see.
You haven't worked that hard on this on Jack and Lily?
I once I start working a map, like I said, Sebastian's is unique. Usually, once I start working on a map and I feel like I've gotten to where I want to be, then I just stop and I go about my business and I go to another child or I go to a cold case, out of Tennessee because I'm a native here and we've got a lot of missing kids in Tennessee. So I just feel like that I just felt like she wanted them gone.
You do,
And
eh?
the mom, that her mother, I just felt like her mother wanted them gone too. And they are gone. And they're gone to the reservation. But at the same time, that was early on and all this other information has come out and I'm like, maybe they are deceased. Maybe they did do something crazy.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
You know, I'm pulling
Mm-hmm.
them a missing event up with Lily and Jack because I haven't really. Let's see. I can tell you what I think just looking at it. The when I start mapping, the chart, the missing event chart starts to come to life for me, and it's kind
Yeah.
of like with you with the psychic intuitiveness that you would use, and so I'm using that psychic intuitiveness with the mapping, and the maps just start to come alive, and I
Okay.
start to come and start to connect with them, and the Jack and Lily's. I don't know. I didn't know exactly what time that they went missing, an exact time. So I use the
Make
time of 10 a.m., right? And there is a vehicle. There's a lot of action that's going with either abuse or a vehicle. I see a lot of the United States in the chart. So, does that mean that they came to the United States? No. No, it doesn't. It's just that at that same time, there was things going on in the United States as well.
okay.
But
Interesting.
could it mean that they came to the United States? Sure, it could. How? I don't know. How that you would have gotten kids through the border. I'm sure that it's not as, but there's a lot of action going with the Mars. The Mars is in the second house with Leo. That could be independence. you want to be independent of that child. It could represent a car, you know,
Hmm.
it could represent a school. So there's things that are happening that morning. And I thought, are they trying to go to school? The parents are asleep. They want to go to school. They're bored.
They decide to pack up and get on the bus.
They want to get on the bus and somebody
Yeah.
picks them up. You know, so I thought about that too. Does somebody pick them up? They want to get on the bus. They want to go to school. There's
Hmm.
a wake up call. There is definitely a wake up call, and it's there's things that are hidden with a community, with a group. And who would that be? That would be the reservation, the reservation that they were a part
Yes or no. I picked up,
of.
which has now come out, that there was drugs being fabricated on the premises. So there's a whole operation going on, which could be the group.
It could be. It could be.
Yeah, there's an operation, a ring, a rug ring. I think that's
Yeah.
my that's my belief, and it's
Well,
come out
mom,
that the group, um, that he was abusive and he was on meth. Right, he's on meth. I'm
well,
not so sure she was dry either. So
here's the deal. If he was on it, his mom definitely appears to be on something. She's got way too much energy, way too much. Yeah, she's definitely. I think that if we tend to hang.
Janie,
Yeah, the mother, Daniel's mom.
yeah. Well, she's behind it, is what I got in my vision. That's what I told
Yeah,
the nursing
Daniel's
team. She's
mom.
she's behind it. Yeah,
Yeah, Daniel's mom. The stuff that has come out.
yeah,
Daniel's mom is way too. She appears to be methed up, and definitely Daniel's anybody and everybody that would be around him, including Malaya, she's going to be methed up too.
yeah.
She's not
I
going to
mean, I
just
have.
hang out with a addict and not do it herself.
Well, maybe. I mean, I know people that have had that experience. It doesn't mean she's on meth, but she might do other drugs. I don't know. But I also think he was violent and unpredictable. And having been in an abusive situation, it's not always as easy to leave as all that. So I don't know. I don't think she's super innocent, but she might have been afraid. I think she was afraid of these people. I think Daniel's family is incredibly, kind of like some stuff buried in the woods, like the Proudfoots, and I think she might have been afraid, but that's just what I'm getting, that she was afraid to leave. And that could be motivation to get the kids the heck out of there somewhere safe.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, their pictures don't appear to people that are methed up. They have stuff all over their face. They're thin. They're jacked up. They've got a lot of energy. They don't sleep.
Yeah,
Them laying down with the baby. You're not going to be
yeah,
methed up laying down with the baby. You're not going to be laying down. You're going to be
yeah.
up. You're going to be digging a hole. I mean, you're just gonna be up all day for
Well, and
days.
the other theory of this could be that they got into something, the kids, and OD'd. But I mean, it would be hard to imagine that two kids would simultaneously do it. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. But I know, my one of the mods here, Donna, wants to know, and I'm going to do a reading tomorrow. So let me know if this came up, because somebody else, I guess another psychic, said that she thinks that there was an ATV accident and Jack was killed on the ATV, and hence what the cleaning up was in the laneway.
Yeah.
Did anything like that get picked up? Because you said a vehicle travel or
I mean,
something to that effect.
yeah, Mars is a vehicle. Mars is going to be the
Yeah,
action, all the independence with children. So if the values at the time at 10 a.m., the values at the time are showing, and of course, earlier, Mars would have been in the other house, right? So, but the point is that Mars is in Leo. So we're going to go southwest. We're going to go southwest of their home, and that would mean that. And I don't pick things up from southwest. Let me see if I have anything. Where's that Mars?
it's not the one. That's the
Let's see
one
what that
direction I have not gone. Interesting.
Yeah, I just don't go southwest. I tend to go toward the Aquarius.
Northeast. Yeah.
So
Right?
Mars, okay, so Mars was opposing Pluto, and Pluto is at a 349. What's a 349 for me? That is Homeland Security. So that would be the seventh house of relationships. The seventh house of relationships at 10 a.m. There's Pluto. There's an opposition there. And that is going toward, like I said, it's going to go northwest.
You said
Pluto,
southwest.
right, but Mars is southwest.
Okay,
But
so
Pluto is opposing. Pluto is opposing with relationships. Pluto is going to oppose those relationships with that Mars. So that means
okay.
that the Pluto is going to be more of the collective. It's going to be more of the intensity. It could mean death, but it could also mean intense transformation, like a rebirth. And we're going to go northwest. So we've got a northwest and a southeast. I said southwest, I think. The
You did, yeah.
southeast is going to be Mars. The southeast is going to be Mars, and the Pluto is going to be northwest.
So we're going on a diagonal.
Yeah, so we're going to go. We're looking at this opposition. So where's Venus? Because Venus is a personal planet too, and Venus is there's a good standing. It's a trine. That means it's good. It's easy. So
Okay, can I give you a location? Sorry not to cut you
that's
off.
okay.
Can okay, I want to pull up the gas station. Keep talking. I want to pull up this gas station.
Okay,
If
so
I
Venus is at a 1 degree and it's in Aries. So that means that we're going to go straight north. We're going to go straight north. If there was any abuse, because Mars Mars rules Aries. So there is a lot of things going on with the Aries as well. That's where
yes,
Venus was. That's where Neptune, Mercury. Mercury would be the two
well, this is
siblings.
the vision I gave the police officer. Can you see the screen? The
Yes.
vision that I got. There's their house. Somebody came in from the backyard, knew the terrain, grabbed them and walked. I can almost see the periphery here, not on the road, but along the road where this opening is, which was shown on the news actually, to the clearing here to make their way into this lake. That they went towards this lake this way, and then they went up like left from there. That was like a marker, and they went up to this power line here, like in around here.
Let me look at that with the power line because I remember that. Okay, so that
Like in around one of these two power
yes.
lines.
Okay,
Yeah.
so where I'm showing what is this?
Let me just pull
I've
up
got
my
lilies
email
here.
with it.
Let me see. Where's the lake? Okay. So you've got Matheson Road, West Road. Yes, so that's where the fifth house of kids that is transforming Nova Scotia, where they let go with the Pisces energy, which is that lake. So did they search the lake? More than likely they searched that
Yes.
lake correctly. Yes. But we're Jack and the missing event, we're going to go west. We're going to go more toward Montreal, where Montreal meets up with Gower Road. Right where Montreal and Gower Road. So that's where Nova Scotia, that's where actually Canada. This is Canada's fifth house of kids with Aquarius, with groups in Leo, with Uranus and Dark Moon. Hold on. So there's an opposition there with groups, with kids. And that's on Montreal Road. Let me see if I can get an exact address for you here.
You know what? I guess one thing I never considered, I don't know if you did, I haven't heard anybody say maybe one of the kids OD'd on meth and she blames Daniel and said, I'm getting the other kid the F out of here. I mean, I'm just talking out loud as you're saying that because you're saying you feel very clear about their charts telling you that they're not in the same location, which is bizarro.
Well, I'm
They
not
went
sure if they're in the same location. I'm just not connecting to Lily like I
okay,
have. You know,
okay,
Jack is Jack. I don't know how to say it, but I just feel more closely connected to Jack than I am Lily. But
okay.
I have started. I did start to map her. I can see that I did start to map her. I did start to map her. Let's see, what is that? Her Venus. Hold on, no. See, she shines in Aries. And so if her sun is shining in Aries, let's see. Yeah, there's something. I mean, I am going to that. I guess that's why I'm going to that Stewart Cemetery, because right below the Stewart Cemetery on Gravel Pit, there's the Montreal Road, and Gower Road. So let me look.
Okay, I'm just looking in my email for this garage while you do that. So everybody be patient because I want to just see because we
I don't know. The more I look at this, the more I'm all about that Gravel Pit Road. Old mine, they found a body in 2021. Can y'all still hear me? I can't hear Leanne. That was the location, detecting Blaine's World. That was the location I was going to ask RCMP. Did they check? You would need very special equipment for shaft. Check where exactly? Yeah, I think we've lost Leanne for a minute. One is gas, one is power. The mine he was talking about. Where is that mine? Tell me where the mine is. I wish that I could show you guys the map because it's if we go from Matheson West Road, there's a lot of, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's power lines or what that is. I don't know. Nuclear copper mine, it's called. Okay, gotcha. Do you have an address that I could put it on the map? Okay, cool. Yeah, if you could give me like a certain marker, I could put it on the map. I don't know where she's gone to. We lost you, Leanne.
Jesus, I lost internet.
Here we go. It's
I
sometimes pulling that stuff up with StreamYard just goes
uh,
bonkers.
I got well no, I'm hotspotting off my cell phone. I'm gonna have to deal with Bell Canada because this great internet service here is not so great. Okay, I'm trying to find the freaking gas station. Uh,
Okay, I'm taking a potty break.
okay, you do that, and I'm gonna go look for. I want to see what Jen comes up with the. It's not far from Gerlach Road. I know, but I don't remember the road. Hang on, everybody. I think I can find it. Nope, not yet. Man, oh man. This is what happens when you get a lot of emails. Jeez. Bear with me, everybody. Is that you laughing, Jen?
Okay, I'm back.
I still can't find the darn thing. I have to get organized. I just have to keep deleting all my files because I find it takes up so much information. I don't have a strong enough, I don't have enough memory for this, for true crime with this laptop. I can't find that friggin' garage.
1 kilometer north of power line on Gairloch Road.
Oh, there it is. I got it.
Lairg Road.
Okay, I'm trying to pull up the address here. Law Automotive. Yes. There it is. Okay. I got the address. Let me just pull it up. I just want to see where it comes up on the graph. If it comes up for you, it's 4531 Gairloch Road.
4531. Okay, that's a gas station.
It's now the RCMP confirmed it's now towing, he said. Hang on. He gave me the name. Just bear with me. I'll check his email because he emailed me. It's Bert's Towing now.
Okay. So
that's what I think, Mike. I think I agree with you, but
there is also a new Lairg. So some of the cemeteries, why did I pull a cemetery? I pulled a bunch of cemeteries. There's a new Lairg cemetery. That's where the moon, no, that's where Mercury is going. So that's where the, Lairg Road. So one of your members said something about Detective Blaine's World said 1 kilometer north of power line on Gairloch Road, you will see Lairg Road. That's the angle that I drew for Lilly. Because there, if she was abused and there was any justice to come, we're going over Gairloch Road near Lairg Road. You see what I'm saying?
I have to pull the map up. No, because I'm a visual learner. I can't see it.
Let's see. There's also, if we go, if we're at 1813, hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can show you guys.
Gairloch and Blaine, where am I going?
Look at 1813. Look at 1813 Gairloch Road.
1813 Gairloch. Okay.
And there is there's a road, and it goes. You can either go right or left. I don't know what that road is, where it leads to. But that's very interesting to me.
This here?
The 1813. It says 1813
it says
Gairloch.
Building. Yeah, what is it?
I don't know. You can go up that road, and there's either a left or a right. That's the angle that I drew for Lilly.
Well, this is it's just an access to another residence back here. There's a house here with a barn here.
Is there a house there? I don't see
it. Yeah, look.
Don't
got it
see
right there. Look it. Can you see it on the screen? Oh, I'm not there on the screen, for the love of God. For the love of God! Jesus!
1813.
Yeah, no, there's a house here. Look, there's a barn, and I said she was in a barn. My vision was Uncle Larry was taking them to a barn, and there's a barn right
Okay,
here.
so it says New Lairg Pioneer Cemetery.
1 way
1813
in,
near
and then this, yeah,
West River
just there.
Station, Nova Scotia. But I don't see a house on my
Well, look
end.
at,
I don't
look.
see one on mine.
Okay.
Can you go back to the road? Like,
Yeah.
can you go to
Sorry, I got
the
so
road?
much going on chat. I'll get to chat in a minute, guys. Okay. Here?
Yeah, right there. See if it's hold on. It looks different for me. I do see a house way back in the back. I think that you're on, hold on, let me see if that's 1814. I see a 1814. There's a house there. But I don't see a house on 1813, and it's a
I'm
long
at,
ass.
well, I got it. I've got it right there under it, building. Now, I can tell you I've had an issue with Google Maps in the United States before, so I don't know if it's just a thing, like you're coming from the US. I don't know, but I mean, it shouldn't work, but I'm looking, and you can see I'm at 1813, and it says right there, building under it. Okay, let me just check the chat.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that for me. Let me go back. I'm gonna do it like you did, Gerlach, and see
What
what
body did they find, Lane? Hey, Kaika. What body did they find?
Okay,
Where did they find it from?
I see where you're at. I see where you're at. But okay, I want you to go down. I want you to go down from that property. So go back to 289. I don't know if you can go to, go down. Go down. Yeah. Yeah, keep going. So right there, right there, right there, right there. You see how you can go up that road? You can either take a right or you can take a left. So if you take a left, it goes to a home. Okay, now if you take a right, where does that go? This is where I have a lot of lines with Lilly, with Nova Scotia. You see there's the New Lairg Pioneer Lansdowne Cemetery.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of lines that are going there. Let me tell you what those lines are that's going over that road. And it's not far. Like when you go, it's maybe from that road, it's maybe 19 kilometers, 0.19. I mean, it's not far.
But you're also describing exactly what I told the police, that they went towards this lake and then they used that as a marker, and then they went north. They went left at the lake when they got left at the lake and went north. I mean, I'm almost that's almost where I told them.
I'll send you this map. Let me send you this map. Hold on. Let me save it, and I'm going to send it to you so you can see.
So
I'm sending it to your email.
Wouldn't mind going to the waterfall too. So that gas station didn't come up for you, eh?
Not really.
Like,
not
it's
really.
not
It
on the
wasn't.
map.
It is, but it wasn't really pulling like I'd want it to. Let me see.
Okay, I just want to see what body was found. Where was it found? We found a body in the mine. It was a cold case, and that was there for 19 years. Oh, get out. Okay, so oh my God, Blaine. Okay, so are you talking about where Like where? Gerlach Road and Lane Road is where the old mine is that they found a body at. Okay. So I don't know if that's what you've tapped into. I don't know. Guys, Gerlach Road, just north of the power line, you will see Laird Road. Gerlach
Yeah,
Road.
show him that on the map. I just sent it to you, Leanne, on your
Okay.
email.
Yeah, I get it.
Maybe
Okay,
you
let me
can.
pull it up. Just gonna highlight and star this automotive thing because in case we pull that up. Okay, this is so much better.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
Here we
Now
go.
we can see.
And I want you to notice the markers too with the missing event that are going to the reservation. That and you know, it's like, so when you're looking at this, you've got to keep in mind that the behavior, what we're seeing here is for all of time.
Right.
It's just gonna tell a story. And so we're just trying to analyze the timing. And of course, this is something that I've been working on by myself. So it's not,
Hmm.
but you can turn the lines off. You can see where I've got hot spots off. You can see where it looks like I've got one hot spot.
You've got what?
I've only got one hot spot. It's so different from Sebastian. Sebastian's is throwing up on itself. This one is not. So you can turn the lines on and off. It's interactive. So anytime that I work on it, it's just going to show up different for you
Okay.
as I work on it. But you can see that Lilly, she shines in Aries. And I did, yeah, because it's showing the United States, I did take the lines
All
on
the way
in.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Well,
But
because that's what Durwood, the Durwood, if he's watching, I'm not a big fan of his. So sorry, Durwood, but well, no, he's been blocked because he threatened me. He is suggesting that they were taken to their tribe in the U.S.
and that's possible. I mean, anything is possible, but go further in to where I was showing you that the Laird Cemetery, the Laird Road, and I want him to tell me where he is talking about. Where is he talking about with
The body that was found.
the mine? Yeah. The pink
There
lines
were.
are the pink lines are Lilly. The red ones I think are Jack. Yeah.
So okay, so I'm going
So
this
they're
way.
color coded. So the missing is going to be the green. Nova Scotia, Canada, they're probably going to be blue.
Okay, so there's Laird Road you were talking about, Blaine. Let me just
Yeah.
see what he's saying.
And so I think if you go down a little bit, I think that's where he's talking about, maybe. He said something about power lines and mine.
Yeah, because the Gerlach Road and Laird, I think he said, Gerlach Road and Laird Road, where they meet, is where the mine was, where there was a body found. Let me just go back up and see.
And I think that's the Laird Cemetery that I've got a marker at. So I did mark some cemeteries just in case that they did die and they wanted to give them a proper burial it was right on the map you showed, Gerlach Road, just north of the power line where it meets Laird Road. Okay, Gerlach and Laird. Okay.
Well,
So it's right.
there's Gerlach
Yeah,
and
it's right
Laird.
there.
We're right here. Yeah.
Yep. That's the cemetery. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Because I was wondering, what are those, that big space right there? There's no road. Is that power lines right there?
No, the power lines are right here. This block right here. And
What
this
about the
big
block
block
in the
here.
bottom?
These are hydro easements. See, if we zoom in, you'll actually be able to see the towers. You can see the towers right there. See the hydro poles? You see them sticking up?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, those little things,
Yep.
those are the big hydro towers. So that's a hydro easement, and so is this.
I see.
And
I see. Okay.
by the way, did you and I know that we were both in real estate? Did we ever talk about that before? I don't think I knew that about you. I was in real estate too. I was a real estate coach.
Oh, girl, I'm so glad we left that rat race. I was going to school. I was going to school to be a broker. I love the law. I love the real estate. I love
Yeah,
law. I love real estate law. But after I
yeah,
moved to the country and I went through all the things that I went through, I was like, yeah, I think I'm just
yeah,
going to
yeah.
work.
I didn't know that about you. That's so interesting. Okay, we'll get back to this. I just thought that was interesting. That's the power line. Okay, so the wider one. Okay, so the wider one here is the power line.
Yeah, I could so see like an ATV if they were trying to
Yeah,
hide. Yeah. But it would take somebody that's messed up to really dig a deep hole to where, you know, it would take somebody many, many hours to dig a hole. But I mean, I guess it would be possible. So if you go back down for a minute where that wider gap is, like right there. Yeah. Yeah. It's those right through there, that wide gap right there where you say that the power lines
mm-hmm.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
See,
definitely a major interest. Lansdowne Lake, of course, was a major interest for me too. But you
well,
see that there's
yeah.
lines that are going straight over it, except for, there's a couple of them. There's a little bit.
Well, I had them walking up towards it and then going left up, like north towards north, where I said higher up. I don't know if it is higher up or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, see,
But
so you would go more west. So go more
towards the
west.
power lines. Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Right there.
Okay,
Right.
so I also pinned a location. This is very interesting. Y'all, do you remember I pinned my pendulum location that I gave to the RCMP? I will pull it up on my phone because I texted him and there's a mine there and it was literally right in here, Jen. Literally. My pendulum. Do y'all remember that? 6 times it confirmed that location.
So see how Jack's palace is conjunct Pluto and it's conjunct Mars and Sagittarius. It's where, okay, so that would be that there's a wake up call about the investigation and death with the body, and it's a higher learning here.
Okay.
There would be a higher learning. So that's basically what that means. I don't know if I put notes in those or not. I was probably doing it really quickly. Because I do work
Oh,
on a bunch of maps.
shoot, I dropped. Hang on. I'm just trying to see. Because okay, yeah, I did get the coordinates. Okay,
So
so
you can
I
double click
pinned.
on the lines, Leanne. You can double click and you can see if I have any notes. I may not have
Okay,
put notes there, but you can double click on the lines. You can just tap, tap.
I'm just trying to. I know. Let me just orient because I gave him the coordinates, and it is right about here on this
Okay, double
line,
click.
right about here.
Okay.
It's not working for me.
Well, I may not have put any notes there.
Actually, I'm sorry. No, it's up higher. Now that I'm zoomed in, I'm going to show you my. I have the coordinates: 45 degrees, 25, 50.3 north, 62. Oh, did you take it back?
No,
Well, did you see what happened to it on the screen? I'm not touching
no.
it. It just
Oh,
zoomed out.
maybe. Yeah, yeah. I was looking at
Okay.
it too. Sorry, it is interactive. Let me just not
Okay.
do that.
That's fine. So I pinned,
Sorry.
anyways, I'm just very interested because I pinned that location. I'm gonna go in and look. I'm gonna go in and pull it up and compare it to your map if we can. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, Blaine, I tried to pull up the coordinates, but I wasn't able to find an address. It took me to Ecuador. When I put it in the map, it just took me to Ecuador. So I don't know. I can give you coordinates, but as far as putting the coordinates in the map, I haven't figured that one out yet. So I'm still not sure where that mine is, but you said that it's Gerlach and Lairg. And that's where Lilly, if there was any type of abuse that was going on, I can see that she is shining there with that independence and abuse.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not coming up where I asked it to. Okay, well, it's not coming up for some reason. I had a problem with this too, getting it to come up with the coordinates. But let me just pull back up and anyways, your line is incredibly close, all those lines, because it basically, where's their house here? Right there.
The bullseye, that's the red bullseye, that's their house. That's where they went
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah, no,
So,
I know.
okay.
So I had them pinned right in here, like all of these, the blue, the green, the red. There's some old train tracks in here, right near the old train tracks, which is right here. The old train, this is an old train track.
Uh-huh.
So I had a pin, like pin location is like right in here. So I don't know. You've got notes or
I
I don't see
don't.
notes.
I didn't put notes. I'll put notes in there for you since I've linked you to it. I'll go ahead and put the notes in there for you. That way you can familiarize yourself with what I'm seeing. But if you want to go over one of them, I'll tell you what it means. So I told you about the Jack. That's where Jack gets a wake up call. He gets a wake up call about the future and things are not, with the investigation. And then the blue, go to that blue where you're thinking. Go higher with that blue where you were thinking. Keep going. That's
this
okay.
One?
Jack's Jupiter in Gemini. So this is about the two. It's about the communications. It's about the siblings. But it's opposing. So this is a Sag. So this is a Sag energy and it's a quick movement, which would be the train. The train, yes. The quick movement, the long travel with the train.
Because I'm wondering if they maybe got on the back of a train and they were sort of like somebody took them and they camped overnight there in the bush, because there's a lot of caves around there, right? And jumped that freaking train. Yeah, there's a gazillion caves and mines. And
so the train, so that going over the train tracks is telling the story. It's telling a story about the train tracks. Because the Sag is it's going to be a long travel. It's going to be a quick movement. And that's the reason why I took those lines all the way down.
To the U.S.
Yeah.
I just got...
Sag is also courts, if we're looking for something with the DA, But if it's going to oppose the DA, the district attorney, we're going to go to the Gemini. You see what I'm saying? It's all behavior.
You're Gemini, right? Are you not?
I rise in Gemini. I'm a Pisces.
Oh, you're Pisces. That's right.
Yeah, I shine in Pisces, but I rise in Gemini. So I flip flop and just I'm all over the place.
Okay, Blaine, are you running? He said your line runs over mine. Hang on. What are you charting to? I've got to go back up. If someone had reason to be upset with stepdad, the stepdad, those around as him or bio dad, only ones that have motives I can see. Well, I think stepdad's the only one that that's why, where's Meadow? That's why I find a hard time believing that it was Malaya, because I mean, why would she not make sure Meadow was secure too? But I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I'm not very trusting of any of them. Where's the kids? And yeah, Krista, there is reservations in Maine as well. I don't know if I've got any reservations in Maine. And a lot of times I will pull Maine, like I'll pull Maine's chart, to see if
Mm-hmm.
that event or if one of the kids non-movers are connecting to Maine or,
Mm-hmm. 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 Joyful, I can see your comment. You want us to go to the bridge? I don't know what bridge you're talking about, honey. Well, this is really fascinating because okay, in a nutshell, I know I'm probably trying to really zero you in more than you can, you know, it's just me. But what is anything sort of all these lines, is there anything here that's sort of prominent with Jack or Lily that stands out?
well, I mean, like you said, the train tracks do stand out because we're looking at the side of the quick movement. So could they have, could something have
See
happened?
there? See the train tracks right there?
Yeah. But then again, if we just have to look at different angles. And that's when I've, first started talking about how I map and how I'm analyzing. I'm looking at all the angles. I have to look at all the angles because what if one of these angles I'm not focused on is the one that they are actually on. So pulling Nova Scotia, pulling Canada, looking at the missing event. I don't have the parents' birthdays. Yeah, I mean the lines will cross. I mean, but they're going to tell a story. And it's the different angles that are going to tell a story. I mean, it's just you got to see it in action when I'm working. Like it's phenomenal. It can be phenomenal. But the different geometric angles for the missing event. So if you turn off, if we don't look at the red lines, if we turn Jack off, if
Mm-hmm.
we turn Lily off, and we're just
Mm-hmm.
looking at the missing event,
Mm-hmm.
just looking at the green lines. What are the green lines going to tell us about the missing event and the different challenges that were taking place? You know, the fact that Lily is going over the lake, that's going over Laird Road, that is also if we are thinking that there is abuse, let's look at where she is shining. Where is she shining? She is shining in Aries. What is opposing her? Libra, the justice. There hasn't been any justice yet. So if I
No.
want to, if I'm thinking of it in that aspect, then I want to look at Lily. And so I've only put two angles of her. It's with the justice and the abuse, the warring, and how she shines. And she is shining with a lot of abuse, with justice, warring. And those are the pink lines. And we're going over Gairloch and New Laird. We're going over that cemetery with the
Right here.
missing. Yeah.
Shit, why would I'm just trying to think of the reasons they could be in two different locations. Trafficking, one of them had an accident, the other one was shipped off. I'm just That line crosses everywhere, says, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Blaine. I mean, at 1 o'clock on your chart is the mind. So if 1 o'clock, that should be where I've got that marker. That should be that green line where I've got that marker, or right in between where I've got that marker and all of the other. Yeah. Go up just a little bit on Gairloch Road where Laird Road meets up.
Yeah.
See, it's this one right there. That right there with that on, yeah, go down some. But see that, yeah, so that should be that area right there is of significance to me. But
And they could have got right there by ATV most of the way. Look, it's power line, and then they could have jot up this one, and
yeah,
then
but
the
see
road.
where the blue lines are is where we would really want to be focused, because that's where Nova
Yeah.
Scotia is showing up. And wherever Nova Scotia is showing up, That's where we want to be. The blue lines is really where we want to be. You know? Yeah, I mean, a cemetery is probably a less likely, but the mine is a better spot.
Well, I don't know because you were doing my chart. I know my chart according to Chat GTP because I did mine because we never got to you doing mine. What shows that I have a propensity to be attracted to solving cases where kids or, most likely kids are underwater or in under the ground, like in caves, like in underground. And that other missing boy I found in Rockport was in a cave under the water,
Wow.
right? So, so that's anyway, interesting.
Blaine, you're saying just on the other side of the road from my spot. From what spot? On the other side of Gerlach Road and Laird Road, where the green lines are? Like right there? On the other side of the road, on the other side of Gerlach
Gerlach, Gerlach, I think. Gerlach?
at 1 o'clock. So this should be around 1. You have 3 or 4 lines over the mine. The shaft are deep. Okay, so turn the green lines off. Turn the missing lines off.
Now it went right back in. Sorry.
That's okay. Just turn the missing lines off.
Okay.
Okay, and then go back in toward where he's talking about. I'm really interested in what he's talking about here. Mine, what would that be? What would a mine be in astrology? What would a mine be? Would it be explosive? Right? A mine. Keep going. Yes. Let's look at Lily and the blue, the pink and the blue.
Okay, right here.
Yeah. So let me see that Ceres. Okay, so Ceres could be, that's a lot of energy. Ceres conjunct leads that come in with the 6th house and the 7th house. So that could be about the mines, the energy. So if I'm looking at directed energy like that Russia quake, the Russia quake, that 8.8 looks like directed energy to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? The one that just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah.
energy. It looks like we're looking at a new type of warfare. Ceres is that. She's a lot of energy. She is directed energy. So a mine, I could see maybe that would be an agriculture, a mining. And that is where she has a lot of warring. But it's also where she shines with this warring that's
Yeah,
taking
but
place.
does she shine when she's found? Because
Exactly. Yeah.
because it sounds like she's going to get justice.
Right.
So she
Right.
shines when she's found.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So this could be a very good area that we could ponder on and think about.
What about the
This,
farm and the barn that right under here? There's a residence.
but
What
see, if
about
we go down some, because that's property that you pulled. But if we go down some, that's where there is an area that these lines are also going over. If you go down on Gerlach, you go south. That's where I was looking to see if there was something, right there, right above the lake. Keep going up, right there, that right there.
There's a house right here.
Right
Right
there.
here.
Yeah.
There's a house right here on the Lansdowne Lake.
If you come up that road and you go to the right, there's no houses. That one's way off in the back. But if you go to the right, if you go up there, there's no houses up there. And if they were going to be dumped, buried or what have you, it's going to be right there. Right there.
I don't know. I'm just feeling more inclined to feel this Laird Road. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's more condensed here. There's more energy here because they're closer together. I don't know. Don't have any chart experience. None. That's just what I'm picking up intuitively. I just feel like there's a more concentrated, okay, more concentrated here energy. Do you know?
Yes, I've only drawn two angles of hers, and the one is going to the left that you see those pink lines. I've
Yeah.
only drew two. So there's two conjunctions here that I'm focused on with Lily. Yeah. And those are them. I mean, I haven't drawn anything else, and I've just left it because I feel like that they're going to be found on one of these angles, and I'm thinking that it's going to be Lily's. If they're not with the reservation, because that's what
Hmm.
Jack is pulling for me. That's what Jack is pulling for me.
So there's also a little mini lake here, right? Is that what that is? Or is that the mind, Lane?
I know it
Look at
looks like
this.
thing.
What is this?
Yeah,
What is
let's.
that big cavernous thing?
So you can on the map, you should be able to click on the little man, the little yellow man to the right, and go down to the road and look at that.
It looks like a car. It looks like a body of water. Click on the little man to the right.
On the upper
And
right, there's like this little yellow man.
I don't see him.
Okay.
I don't have him. But I think it's water. Hold on, terrain. There we
It
go.
does water.
Terrain, but it's not really giving me what I asked for terrain. Satellite. Yeah, it's water, I think, eh?
Mm-hmm. So the mine is the other side of the road, just north of Laird Road. Okay. So it's north of Laird Road. So we're going to go up a little bit on the other side of the road. So it's where like riding the road.
Like right here.
It must be like on the other side, just north of Laird Road, he said.
So right in around here, because there's also a barn here. What is this? Or is that a municipal building?
Yeah,
Doesn't look
that's
like that's not a house. Some sort of a municipal building. Okay, I'm looking for a mine shaft.
I don't know how you would find that.
I don't think so either.
Well, it is like finding a needle in a haystack, but if
Just
I've
trying
been
to.
doing this for years, so it does take a lot of mental agility.
I was just seeing if I'm getting any energy, you know?
Yeah.
I I I don't know. Look at this. It looks like almost like a heart here. Just caught my eye. Sorry. See this?
He's saying other side, but are you talking about other side of Laird or other side of Gerlach? Like, give us an address that's close to the mine. Can you give us an address that is close to the mine? Could be a rug making building shed by itself. Yeah, it could be.
I doubt it would be that conspicuous. I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just me. I just doubt it would be that obvious. But okay, well, I'm just gonna keep looking while we wait for Blaine. Is this something here? What is this?
See, this is Nova Scotia with relationships. So
Is look
it's,
at all these properties.
yeah. I mean, Lily is literally riding the road. But Nova Scotia is those lines right there is where it's gonna bring, if they would be anywhere near here, is their lines that's going to bring them home. The other side of Gerlach. Okay, so there's three hills, and it's right across road. 19 years, the body was there. So it's the other side of Gerlach. Yeah, just north of Laird. So we're going to go north of Laird.
Right here, right in here.
The other side, and it's probably, yeah, it's probably right around there. And it's Nova Scotia's that's going to pull it on that side of the road, right there. So it's where Nova Scotia series, there's a lot of energy that comes here with the 6th house of health, their everyday, their work, and it's with relationships here. With relationships. So interesting to see if there was the only way that I could probably investigate is to know when that body was found 19 years ago in the mine, to be able to investigate that body, like what time it was found, what day, and look at
Yeah,
it.
but I'm also wondering if the body was there for 19 years, it might be a good dumping location.
Right. But I'm saying that the way that I can investigate it is look at
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
when that body was found, because that body being found, let me see what the moon was. The moon would reflect it. So the moon is reflect. That's the reason why okay, that's what it is. So the moon was in Cancer, and it's about the maternal, it's about the mom, it's about the home, it's about real estate, it's about the 4th house, which is, it could be cemetery, but at the same time, we could be looking at a mine, because it would be a, let me see, it would be land. Let's see, Nova Scotia or the mom.
Went missing in 1983, found in 2001.
Yeah, I would need a date and time,
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just
to be able to investigate it. But let's see, the moon was in transit with Nova Scotia in the 9th house. So that's a higher learning. That's a Sag. The 9th house is in Cancer. So
wild. I don't know, man. I'm very curious
yeah,
about this location. I don't know. There's something about this location that I find it more interesting, and that train track, because I pinned that freaking exact location to the police. That's by the train tracks, but there could be two different locations. That's Jack on the train track. This is Lilly, right?
I'm looking for that new Laird mine. Let's see.
And a cemetery, because could they have buried him? Would they have buried him?
I mean, if they were messed up, I guess they could have. Um, let's see. Where is that mine? Lansdowne.
Lane's looking for date and time.
I don't know how to find this mine. It's just like an opening. I mean, you wouldn't be able to see it on the map. It just looks like a big ass cave.
No, I know. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. Well, there's a gazillion of them in the area, so that's what makes it.
You got New Laird, CU mine. Okay, so that's Lansdowne, New Laird. Yeah, it is on the other side of the road, just west of Hopewell.
Oh, I just have a picture here. Yeah, I mean, there's not like this picture here. I mean, whoops. Whoops, what happened there? This here, right? Is that what we're talking about, Blaine?
Yeah, that's it. Looks like a big ass.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
It looks like a cave.
It does.
I mean, surely they've checked it.
Yeah, I know. Geomaps would be good to find the shafts. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's the hole, right? But it looks like a cave. Like you wouldn't necessarily drop anybody in it, you crawl in it.
But yeah, I'm seeing why he would think that there was you would
Oh,
you would want to put somebody there rather than a burial, but
I would agree. Zoom in on the blackness, Leanne. There's mines. Zoom in on the blackness. Where are we talking now, honey? Where, Krista? Where? The blackness in on at 1 o'clock.
top 3. Hmm. If you could look at a map and tell us like an address where we could like pinpoint where it's at.
Hmm.
It's given the coordinates, but I can't fit. So you turn right on Lairg Road Park.
Excuse
Hold on.
me.
This may give us some from the dirt road, you cannot see any evidence of the mine workings that used to occur in the hillside. However, there are multiple adits that at least one shaft located in the hillside. Most of them have been healed, but there is still one that's completely open and you can walk inside.
No way.
Yeah. Let's see. Directions. Highway 289 from New Glasgow towards Brookfield. Turn right on Lairg Road. And you park approximately at gives these coordinates, and they're located on the hillside on your right. So if you turn right on Lairg Road,
Well, it only goes right if I'm coming
I know.
from
So
north.
you must be coming from that way. So you would turn
Yeah,
right on
yeah.
Lairg Road. It's got to be right there. It's got to be right there. But it's not
Yeah.
saying it's on the other side. So the open one would be on Lairg Road, according to trailpeak.com. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull up these coordinates.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just taking me back to that.
There's also this house here with a barn. It's got a fucking bunch of junk in the backyard too. Holy Hannah, because that was in my vision. Wow.
Okay, so there's a map here. Okay, hold on. There's a map. If you look at the trailpeak.com, there is a map. And so you turn on New Lairg Road. Let me look. Hold on. I'm about
I'm
to
just
mark.
also very interested in this barn. My vision had a barn with a junkyard, and I was given the barn and the junkyard in the back. Look at all the freaking, look at the stuff. Look at all the
Yeah.
vehicles. Okay, let's go to the mine. You got it?
Go to the New Lairg Road. Go to the New Lairg Road again.
Well, this is Laird Road. Do we need a new Laird Road? Is that a different road, hun?
Hold on. Let me go close into this map. So yeah, so it's going to be Lairg Road. From Gerlach
Okay.
Road, go Lairg Road, take a right, and then so it's going to be 1, 2. It's going to be closer to the water. Let me look on your map now.
Which is this way.
So go up just a little bit. Looks like it's going to be right there where that little marker is, it looks like, by the cemetery. I'm going to send you this so you can see what I'm talking about.
Do you want me to bring you some of this in there, but
Sure.
So you think it's somewhere around here? Okay, I'm waiting for your map. Well, this is a very interesting plausibility, because they could have ATV'd all the way up here. Look at that. Look at how close it is. There's the power line, the ATV line. Like, wow.
Yeah, I'm about to send it to you. This is the
Just
map. This is the map of the one that is, it says that it's open. So there's two that are closed, one's that's open, and this is it. And on down where that link that I just sent you on down, you can scroll in, you can see Gerlach Road, Lyric Road, and then it looks like their marker is on up a little bit.
okay. Am I in the right one? I'm in New Glasgow. Okay, yes. Sorry, what am I doing now, Jen? Sorry, I'm just opening your email.
Okay, so you're scrolling down and you're looking at the map, and it's going to show you a marker of where the mine is open.
I'm just trying to get the darn page to behave. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it said that there's three. It said that there's 3 mines, but this one is open.
Okay, so I'm trying to just compare it to your map. Open, like that is crazy. You're worried about Sebastian falling in a sewer line. They got open friggin' mine shafts. What the hell? I mean, I guess people aren't supposed to be walking around there, but it's right beside the darn road.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to take a screenshot and then go back to the other one and see if I can. Well, it's quite a ways in from Gerlach. We didn't go in that far. We were just like here. It's quite a ways in.
Yeah, Blaine is saying it's on the other side of Gerlach Road, but I didn't find that. I didn't find anything talking about the other side of Gerlach Road. He's saying it's on the other side.
Okay.
Towards Concord.
I gotta get something else other than StreamYard. It's just okay. Towards Concord. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know what to say. But this is okay. So I just want to go back to where that was for a second, first, Blaine, because that is, if I compare, just trying to compare the topography, which is not super easy. It is the open shaft. It seems to be more where this part is that I was talking about. Kind of more where there's closer to your pink and blue up here. Hang on. Yeah, it's more like in here. Right where this part is, right here that I said. So how off can the lines be before you start to say, okay, it's too far off?
Yeah, it's too far off. We're not going there. We're going to go on the other side of Gerlach Road, like Blaine is saying. But I can't find any other side opposite. Yeah. Yeah, I
Somewhere
would
in
be
here.
more inclined. I would be more inclined to ride that road and see where on the right side of Gerlach Road.
Yeah, right along here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I just don't see anything
I
here.
don't either. I don't either.
But
And I can't find an exact location of where that mine is to compare it like we just did with that other one.
okay, so if Lily drives is if Lily is following the road, could she have been driven out?
Right.
Right? No?
I mean, if there's abuse or anything and they're getting rid of her, then I'm kind of with Blaine. I mean, I'm thinking, maybe we should be looking at the mine. We should be
At the
looking at
at the
keep
mine?
riding the road. Yeah. Yeah. Look at where they went to school. It's going to tell the story of their school. If you look at where Jack and Lily went to school, it's going to tell the story of their school.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at with Lily right here is there is abuse. There's abuse.
Yeah. Well, she had a black eye too. There's
Yeah,
speculation that
there's
maybe
abuse.
that's why she didn't go to school.
Yeah.
And
Go to the
CPS was
intersection.
there in December, right?
Uh-huh.
It's the same thing with Sebastian, Like, man, not on it fast enough.
Right.
Okay, so but next to Gerlach, 300 meters north of Lair Road. I think that's where we're at, though. 300 meters has got to be right. Like we're in
Yeah.
a right about here, right? I think that's right.
Yeah, I think so. And that's Eris is it's discord, it's warring, and then there's a justice there. There's a justice with the warring, with the abuse. I mean, Astria is Virgo. She is the goddess of health. She is the constellation of Virgo. Virgo constellation is named after Astria.
Wild, eh?
Yeah. So she's an Aries, which means independence and abuse, a lot of action, a lot of not thinking. I'm going to do what I want to do and I'm going. That type of, Aries is like that.
So we got to figure out. Blaine, Blaine lives in the area. Do you feel like taking a road trip? See the three mounds. Yeah, these here.
Uh
Yeah.
huh.
Man, they could have practically four-wheeled the whole way in too, almost the whole way in. Just cross that road if that's where they are.
Yeah, that ATV was the cleanest one I've ever seen.
I know, it's true. It's true. I mean, we don't really know when the picture was taken, but yeah,
True, 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 true.
but they got lots of open minds. Yeah. Yeah. Without a 100-foot camera to drop down a shaft is impossible. Yeah, you'd probably need a drone, right?
Yeah.
You'd need a drone.
Well, I mean, how'd they find that body? What made them go and find that body?
Yeah,
Almost
good
2 decades
question.
later. You know, why'd they even go there?
Interesting. Joyful, we can look at that tomorrow. I don't know if Jen's gonna join us tomorrow or not, but if she wants to, we can look at the waterfall. But yeah, and see if it's close to. If the lines, I'd have to go back and remember where it is on the map. But interesting. Interesting. Well, this was fun. What do you think? This was fun. I really
Different.
like it.
It's different.
Huh?
It's different. I'll make notes for you. I'll make notes for you. tomorrow.
What do you
I'll
mean
start
it's different?
notes.
You
I'll
mean
start
as far as, what do you mean but it's different? Like this experience for you, or you're talking about astrology versus what I do?
No, I mean for other people, I mean just to see this is just a little different. We're just looking at
Oh yeah. Well,
we're just looking at the behavior. But what you sense is in transit, you know, what
yeah.
you are thinking and what you are feeling and the things that are coming over you, it's in transit. It's in transit. I don't even have to look at the transits to tell you. It's in transit. I can tell you.
Hmm.
You haven't thought of a case in so long, and then all of a sudden the case comes to your mind and you're thinking, oh man, you know, I need to get on this. Well, it's in transit for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
here, it's influencing us like
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
puppies.
Yeah. Wild, wild, wild. Okay, well tomorrow, the kids are not there, says Joyful. Not a waterfall bridge. I'm not sure, sweetie. I'm not sure what you're. I'm talking about the waterfall, Joyful. I don't know if you were here yesterday. Blaine asked us to check out a waterfall location, and bridges are high traffic areas. People fishing all the time. They may have been there. Yeah.
I'm going to jump down, Leanne. Thank you for
Okay,
having me
hon.
up.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for coming on. I'm gonna jump off in a second too. And tomorrow I'm going to try to jump on at 6 if you want to join us. Let
Oh,
me
I would.
know. Text me, and then maybe we can plan something a little bit organized,
Okay,
you
honey.
know? Okay, sweetie. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate it. That
Thanks,
was
y'all.
fun.
Thanks, y'all. I
Thanks for
appreciate you.
coming up.
Okay,
Okay,
bye bye.
bye. Well, that was fun, y'all. What'd you think? Hey? Yeah, that was fun. Shrimp, I don't know, sweetie. I didn't check, but I'm gonna call it a night. Um, I'm gonna start at 6 tomorrow because I want to do longer lives. So we'll do that. And yeah, what do you think, guys? Did you enjoy that? And then we'll do the same with Sebastian. It's going to take a little longer, I think, because Jen and I both have probably a lot more work to comb through. But if we can try to pick out some parallels like that, some similarities between her charts and things, that would be really cool. I loved it. I was mapping with her. Awesome, Deborah. Are you an astrologer? Are you an astrologer? The mine is less than 2 kilometers from Concord Bridge. That's interesting. Because, yeah, I know Daphne did something about a sparkle being found on the Concord Bridge, but I just don't think, oh, not really. Okay. I just don't think a sweatshirt felt like that didn't look like it. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, everybody. It's 10 after 9. I thank you everybody for being here. Please go check out and subscribe to Jen's channel if you haven't already. And I'm gonna do, like I said, tomorrow night we're gonna start at 6. I'm doing a members video, not live, but an intro video for the membership. So we'll do that, and then we're gonna do thank you, Blaine, thank you everybody, Wendy, and then I'm gonna do a live on the weekends for the live on the weekend for the members. And so tomorrow at 6, also a couple of tarot videos. So we'll see you live at 6. We'll talk about Sebastian as well as Jack and Lily. We talked about Sebastian earlier on, but I'd like to do a little bit more as well tomorrow on Sebastian. And oh, thank you, honey. No, it's great. I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on. It's fun. It's just I think it would be good if we talked about this last night, if we can just work together a little bit on. I'd like to work Sebastian and Jack and Lily, but any other case you want. But tomorrow, everybody, okay, I'm heading out. I'm babbling. I'm tired. I'll see you at 6 tomorrow for the live. Um, Joyful, what are you talking, honey? Yes, make sure everybody went and subscribed to Jen, please, if you're not already subscribed. What did you try, sweetie? I don't know what you're asking. I'm not sure what you're saying. Um, yeah. And again, look out for the tarot video. I'll probably do one or two, one on Sebastian, one on Jack and Lily, and also the members video. So 3 videos and a live tomorrow, okay? Love and light, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for being here.